Are you growing anything
Respect
now?
that.
Do you guys have vegetables growing at the house now?
I haven't. I've been on the road and I haven't been able to do it. That's why I'm getting this greenhouse. Because
Okay.
when I was growing things really regular, the lady who lived in the house has a problem with coming outside, turning on the damn sprinkler system, and so I would come back and the birds have eaten all my tomatoes.
The lady in the house.
Is a raccoon who was like really sampling my okra. Like he was just like, oh, the ones at the bottom way better than the ones at the top. He was like, and it was a possum who was really into zucchini and squash and cucumbers. He was
Real health
really
nut.
Yeah.
like, and then the rest of it slug. Man, I was in the slowest war with snails and slugs. Like I was salting the ground. I was doing a lot.
You got to be on top of it.
I was putting beer. This lady was like, you gotta put the beer. I was putting, like, it was puddles. I would cut out things and have cans of beer. Like they would just fall into the beer. Man, it's like these goddamn slugs knew. They was like, no, it's salt over there.
Yeah,
you know?
Smart.
Let's
learn.
let's go around. It's like they was using the fence to come, like it was crazy. And then the plague happened. I had no idea that I was living in this zone where all these caterpillars and worms migrated through before these houses were there.
Oh shit.
They would just come. This is probably just they normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
My garden was the best it ever been. We going out there, we eating food, and then the plague comes.
They come through.
Jammed you up.
Decimated my garden in a night.
Yeah.
And you couldn't stop it because they were all on the houses. It was like a billion of them. I'm like, yeah, the greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
Gotta go.
But like my mom is in that house now. She grows everything.
Okay.
My mom has a butterfly garden out there now. She has all sorts of food out there. When I buy something, I take it over there. I'm like, can you do it? And she, for some reason, she has managed to avoid the plague. It's like she has all this stuff, and then she has a lot of bird feeders. So the birds come and just sit there and wait on caterpillars.
Eat the
like,
caterpillars,
Yeah.
eat the stuff.
flies, mosquitoes, anything. And the like I told her, the gangster of a garden, what you need in a garden, you need ladybugs.
Sure.
Ladybugs are like the bullies of a garden.
Really?
And if you buy them, they will leave. But if you put
you gotta attract them.
if you put felt out there, they love that. So you grow felt, they'll come, and they'll just sit in the garden.
Dude, it's crazy. My brother gardened last year. That's why I asked you. Very classy thing to be gardening.
He was growing weed, but still. Fucking
Good crop.
for my greenhouse.
No plague for that. But we started this year with a couple tomato plants. So we have a couple tomato plants, and sure as shit, maybe like a week ago, I'm up there and a ladybug lands on me. I'm like, oh, what's this? And I put it over in a thing. There's a bunch of ladybugs that live on our tomato plants that are flying around.
And that's keeping all the rest of the bugs in
Very
check.
classy to be gardening. Gardening's very classy.
He's got 30 suits. Classiest guy I ever met.
No, it's
I
crazy.
remember when I got out the streets. So I'm not in the streets no more. And maybe I'm gonna say about 7 years ago, I had a altercation with somebody, and I went to go see one of my old friends, and he has this huge garden, and we talking about the situation, and he said, "Man, I sure hope that this works out, and that y'all can rectify this situation, because." And turns to me just like this, said, "I would prefer not to bury anything in my garden."
Jesus Christ.
I just planted strawberries back there. Man.
And I said, man, we gonna get it together. He said, yeah, hopefully so.
Jesus.
But if I have to get involved, And I just said, man, even in your old age, you still very menacing.
That's a very menacing thing to say.
In a garden, you just seem to be very menacing in this garden. He's like, yeah, but can I get you to step off my arugula? I'm like, I didn't know. Because you grow lettuce. Grow lettuce.
Yeah?
It's crazy.
Huh.
You can grow it in a bucket.
Really?
You can grow it in a bucket. And lettuce comes up.
We're very cultured. It's crazy.
You're a homeowner now. You got.
Oh yeah,
start
you're
doing
a homeowner. You definitely got to start doing this.
Yeah, we haven't closed yet. Okay. The bank could still shut this whole thing down.
With that property. I was 45 days out of closing on this property. Then one of the relatives dies. Because they had to sell this property because their grandmother, the lady who originally owned the property, between all her kids, she put in her will, but they had to sell it because she didn't want the war.
The fighting over who gets it.
So one of them dies. Now I had to go back and amend, and then another thing that happened, the title company gets shut down for some sort of fraud, and right before we had to move all our money to another title company, it'd be caught up in that lawsuit, and I would lose that earnest money. Oh man, it's been an ordeal. So now I'm probably maybe another 60 days out of closing on that property.
On the new one.
On the new property.
Damn.
Takes forever.
And I thought we was done. Then this guy decides he want to pass and sets it into a whole other motion of if his kids got something to do with it. Man, just sell me the damn property.
Sure. Damn.
And this is just the land. There's no home
There's
on
nothing on it, just the land.
It's just the land. And that's the hardest thing to get a loan on.
And this is 2 acres you bought?
2.84.
He ain't going to let you forget that. I'd start calling that 3, by the way.
Yes. And I already have it because I've looked at it so much that I got it broken up for my kids. Every kid will own a portion
little plot
of this land. So, and I own the center part. That's a corner of everybody's land. So nobody can sell a land without me at all because I own the end corner of all.
That's diabolical.
This guy's playing chess.
Yeah.
You're like a Rockefeller.
A Dupont.
A Peugeot, if you will.
Man, the DuPont's got to be the coldest goddamn family in American history.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody looks over the DuPont. They be talking the Kennedys and everybody else know the fucking DuPont.
That's why they're quietly just fucking stacking cheddar and killing people.
They got their own state.
Yeah. They got Delaware. They got Delaware on lock. On lock.
And I don't think you can be in Delaware without being a DuPont. It's like they marry cousins.
Oh,
sure.
They keep
I
it real
would
tight.
for sure marry a DuPont cousin.
So that's what you're going for? That's what this guy's doing, man. I'm talking about tomato plants.
Oh, you mean the Siddiqs from Houston? Yeah, I've heard about them.
I've heard of these Siddiqs.
They got long money, those guys.
You know, it's somebody hit me with the. It was crazy. You get to a point where people think that you're making enough money to start to even include you in certain conversations. Hey, because I know maybe like 15 years ago, there's no way somebody would have called me and said this like so boldly. Look, hey man, it's 10 acres in this small town that's available, $100,000. What you talking about doing? And I was like,
talk about hanging up right now.
yeah, that's 15 years ago. I mean, like, I'm like, well, let's go down there and look at it. And I went down there to look at the property, and I'm not ready for what I would have to do because it's 10 acres of rural land. Like it's nothing.
You have
on
to
this
knock
land.
down trees, cover up swamps, whatever the fuck
You
it
Put
is.
the pipes in, all that stuff.
Dig a well, put electricity in, and I'm thinking, not ready. But then last month, I was like, I met a guy at a hat. We had a hat.
He's
store.
playing Monopoly down there, dude.
I don't
He's
know what
gathering up acres left and right.
I'm at a hat store.
I'm at a hat store.
that sells these really nice hats. Me and this guy talking, and he's like,
He's down there in Texas, got the bushes nervous.
He's like, yo, I build. I'm like, you build from scratch? He's like, yeah. We clear land, and I was like, hey man, if I had like 10 acres of rural land, what would that? Oh, we would do the bulldozer. I said, well, let me get your card.
Damn.
Gave me his card, and we've been in talks. I'm like, I said, let me close on this, and then I'm thinking 10 acres, I can let it sit there as long as I own it, and I want to get another business partner, but then that's a family member versus somebody.
I was gonna
else.
say we'll throw in a couple of hundred. Give us a little.
I got $2,000 on it. Let me wet my beak on this.
Yo, so just say you get this land, right? And you take and you break it up and you sell 2 of the acres.
Yeah.
You know, to somebody. And then you take 2 acres and you build a bunch of tiny homes for people to be able to live in. That's kind of like, you know, it's you tiny home, but you kind of rural a little bit.
Sure.
And so now you own a nice little community.
Yeah, you are a Dupont. You're a super smart rich guy. That's what's going on here. That's what we're getting to.
Like I'm looking at, because I know me. I'm not gonna do stand up